Thanks for tuning in to Inside Rutgers. I'm your host, Darius Still.
And I'm Laureen Calendar. Welcome back to All Things Rutgers. We're here to give you the inside scoop on everything happening on Rutgers campus.
That's right. One thing Rutgers is nationally known for is our research. As a part of our Research at Rutgers segment, Aaron Farrar sat down with Vivek Singh, an associate professor who has done research on privacy.
Privacy has been a main concern among students at Rutgers recently, but the question remains, are privacy rights being violated? Assistant professor in the School of Communication and Information, Vivek Singh, says privacy has a different meaning in this day and age.
More and more of our data is personal. So each time we use a cell phone or we go and see a doctor, there's electronic health record, our car is going through a toll. All of these are very, very personal data. We kind of lived in this make-believe notion of cyber world for the last 15-20 years. We thought it's not real. If it happened on Facebook or Twitter, it's not exactly impacting my real world. But now each time I take out my phone, I search for a pizza, right? It is combining my location history with my online search history. So it is this merging of the cyber and the physical worlds, which is increasingly new. Us as a community, we need to be increasingly aware of the implications. With this notion of permanence, we need to realize that the same information could be passed on to our future employers. And some days maybe our kids will get to see it. So that's something which we need to be increasingly mindful of.
My definition of privacy is kind of me being in charge of what information gets out there, like me entrusting somebody with that specific information and, kind of having a trust that it's not going to get out.
I definitely do feel that my privacy can be compromised, but obviously that's what, it's something you can't change because they have more control over you than, I have control over myself.
Just knowing where to draw the line in terms of personal information that's confidential and information that should be accessible to, employers, professors. There's definitely a line that needs to be drawn in between the two.
They could have tighter restrictions on passwords also to ensure that nobody can get hacked, or maybe kind of putting less things online and having things more like on paper.
University officials should really make an effort to keep intimate details more private and just be careful about what they make public.
One of the due diligence kind of checks to do is just you can see what information is out there about you. And with this right to be forgotten act, you actually have the right tools to request things like Google to take out links if you feel uncomfortable with certain information being posted about you. You actually have the legal and the activist-based tools to ask for certain pieces of information to be taken out.
Be mindful of what information you make accessible to others, because you never know who's watching.
Privacy in this day and age is always changing in light of new laws and legislation.
I know, things like employers looking at your Facebook and your social media.
It's all out there.
Yeah. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at a segment I produce, highlighting the Feminism for Everyone lecture series here at Rutgers, New Brunswick.
Hello, I'm Aaron Farrar with RUTB. Feminism is becoming a more prevalent topic of discussion and debate. The Latin American Women's Organization wants to highlight that by presenting Feminism for Everyone. Professor Kevin Allred plans on giving his signature lecture on where women of color fit into feminism and the influence of black feminist politics in history and pop culture. Let's see what those in attendance have to say about feminism and this event.
I think it's more difficult to kind of express and quantify like an intersectional approach when you're talking about race, gender, sexuality, class, ability, all of these things that add on.
Everybody should be able to express their views equally, no matter if you're, Asian or Hispanic or white or a woman of color. I mean, it should be the same. I think in places like New York City especially, it's a lot more normal than in other places, and hopefully, everybody will, like everywhere, will start being on the same page.
For me, as a woman, I think feminism is extremely important because it dictates what I can do and the opportunities that I may or may not have and the things that I can pursue in my life.
Our generation pays so much attention to pop culture. We want to we want to click on things that are, cool or from a celebrity, things like that online. So things that celebrities do and say definitely affect, especially our generation, the way we view things. So hopefully it can be, normally it could be a positive thing.
Well, I do the class specifically because I think it's a really fun way to get students' interest or attention right off the bat, and then kind of dive deeper into the readings, the writings of Black women historically throughout the United States.
If our media talks about feminism and sexuality, gender, race, whatever, any sort of social justice cause, then that's going to reflect our society as a whole.
If you are interested in feminism and how it is linked to pop culture, visit womens-studies.rutgers.edu. I'm Aaron Farrar, RUTV.
I love how they reference Beyonce throughout the whole lecture. She's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, I really enjoyed how they connected pop culture to feminism.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good idea. But right now we're going to take a quick break, but stay with us because we'll be right back with more Inside Rutgers.
Bullying isn't just in person. Now, bullying can be over text messages, phone calls, or social media. And it can happen to anyone. Students who believe to be victims of verbal assault, intimidation, bullying, harassment, or defamation should report any incident to the Dean of Students of their college, school, or campus. You can also file a complaint at the New Brunswick Office of Student Conduct at 115 College Avenue. If you or someone you know is being bullied, don't be afraid to speak up and reach out. For more information on bullying, visit compliance.rutgers.edu/bullying.
Welcome to Livingston campus at Rutgers University. Located in Piscataway, Livingston is the youngest of New Brunswick and Piscataway's 5 campuses and is a place that anticipates the future. In the past 5 years, Livingston campus has been revamped. In 2011, the campus opened up a new dining commons and renovated its student center by adding meeting and lounge rooms, dining options, and a convenience store. In 2012, the Livingston Apartments opened up, and below these beautiful residence halls is the Livingston Plaza that includes stores, restaurants, and a cinema. Fall of 2013, the new Rutgers Business School building opened up. It provides students with up-to-date tools and resources to successfully prepare for the business world. To find out more information about the Livingston campus, visit livingstoncampus.rutgers.edu.
Thanks for staying with us on this episode of Inside Rutgers.
For this edition of Inside Your Health, we're going to let you know about dietary concerns and different ways students can eat healthy at Rutgers.
Almost everyone going to college fears the dreaded freshman 15. There are so many temptations of fattening and sugary foods around college campuses, but we're here to help you break those sweet tricks and start taking care of your body and eating healthy.
Definitely ice cream. Yeah. Ice cream's my favorite food in the whole entire world.
Cake, maybe.
Ice cream, especially in the dining hall with all the toppings.
I love French fries. They're basically my guilty pleasure. Anything with buffalo sauce is pretty good too.
In a Rutgers Today interview with Peggy Policastro, a Rutgers dietitian and nutrition specialist and the director of the Healthy Dining Team, she gave the advice to eat a variety of foods and watch portions. Some things never change. Eat more fruits and vegetables.
I'm probably right there in the middle. I play sport here, so I like to think I work out a lot, but that's no excuse to think it balances out. I like to definitely eat healthier.
Maybe a 6. Well, I try to eat healthy. I try to, watch what I'm eating, but not always, with desserts and stuff and sweets.
I eat pretty healthy. I eat probably 8.5. Yeah, I'd say I have like 2 salads a day usually.
Policastro also stated in another Rutgers Today article that the dreaded freshman 15 can be a result of a few different scenarios. Many students are on their own for the first time and make poor meal decisions. They may consume extra calories with mindless munching or late-night meals. The amount of exercise declines. Being away from family for the first time causes stress, which can lead to weight gain. And there's a lack of sleep and increase in socializing. News.health.com shares a few ways students can change their unhealthy ways and start living a better lifestyle. Keep healthy snacks handy. Stock your dorm room refrigerators with fruit, string cheese, Greek yogurt, hummus, and baby carrots. Drink water. Stay active. It's as simple as walking to class, going to the gym, or participating in intramural sports. Eat regular meals. Skipping meals can lead to overeating and weight gain. Eating breakfast can also jumpstart your metabolism and help you concentrate in class and on tests. Get enough sleep. People who do not get enough sleep often crave high-calorie junk food the body can quickly break down for energy.
You know, they always have the salads in the dining hall and everything. They usually have vegetables for entrees and stuff.
And there's always a vegetable available, there's always fruit available, there's always salads available, there's always like pretty decent meat available.
It isn't impossible to eat healthy at Rutgers. You just need to commit and really put in effort, and you'll start seeing and feeling a difference in your physical and mental health.
You know, sometimes it can be hard to eat healthy, but we have to remember that there are healthy options here on campus.
Yes, there are. Now up next, we're going to hit the streets with Fatima Foster to hear what the Rutgers students have to say about the 250th anniversary coming up next year.
The year 2016, November 10, 2016 to be exact, marks Rutgers' 250th anniversary. This historic event is one for the books. Rutgers has a number of events, symposium, and festivities all lined up to help celebrate. Let's hit the streets to see what students think about Rutgers' Big 250.
I have heard that they are doing some really crazy things and a lot of activities are going to be going on.
Apparently I get free t-shirts, so.
I heard they're supposed to have some immaculate speaker. I don't know who it might be. I really like people that inspire the masses.
It's supposed to be really big and a lot of fun and exciting and like pretty cool.
I would want Clinton or Obama.
Super jealous about Bill Nye the Science Guy speaking this year. But Barack Obama would be pretty cool.
It's an honor to be in a state university like Rutgers.
It's pretty cool because it's a pretty old school, one of the first ones, which is pretty cool.
Being just a part of history in general, because I know Rutgers is just such an old university, and saying that I could be a part of it is just something that's pretty amazing.
I like the idea of people looking at me in a upscale academic light because I went to this university.
I just realized today that I would be a part of Rutgers history. I think it's pretty exciting.
Very proud and honored and excited.
That's a pretty big deal, like 252, it's like, oh, it's okay, but being to the 250th is a pretty big milestone.
Yeah, I feel like commencement is going to be like this giant party. And so like whoever the speaker is next year, it should be someone who's absolutely amazing and incredible. Mm-hmm. And so like I feel like any years after that is gonna just kind of be in the shadow of 250 years.
Falling on 250th to me is just like, it's one of those honors kind of things. It's like, okay, I can post that in my room, on my wall, you know what I mean? And it'll be forever a part of my life. My family will always know that I was a part of that big thing that happened at Rutgers.
There you have it. Let's keep celebrating Rutgers' long history and all that is to come. For RUTV, I'm Fatima Foster.
Now I am graduating this year, so I won't be there for the 250th commencement, but you'll be there, right?
Yeah, I know they have a lot of stuff planned throughout the whole year next year, and I can't wait to see who we have as a commencement speaker.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be taking another quick break, but stay with us because we'll be right back.
No one listens to me. I feel so alone. I feel invisible. I'm just so stressed. Whoa, what's Scarlet Listeners?
Scarlet Listeners is a free and confidential student-run peer counseling and referral hotline. They strive to provide callers with a comforting and supportive safe space to speak freely or vent. Some topics available to discuss are family, friends, relationships, anxiety, depression, and more. Students can call Sunday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Students can also contact We Care, Second Floor, Hotline for Teen Self-Harm, and the Trevor Project. For more information or to volunteer, visit scarletlisteners.com. College can be stressful, and it's easy to lose track of your health, but maintaining a healthy lifestyle is important. Here are 4 tips to get you back on track. An important part of staying healthy requires an active lifestyle. Make sure you're penciling time to exercise. Whether it be hitting the gym or going for a run, remember to get out there and get moving. A healthy lifestyle revolves around a nutritious diet. It's important to eat the recommended servings of fruits, vegetables, and meats to keep your body going. Hydration is also important, so carry a water bottle or visit water fountains frequently to get your 8 cups a day. In college, there will be many nights spent studying, but try to get enough sleep on a regulated schedule. Sleeping improves learning, memory, and overall health. Doctors recommend 6 to 8 hours of sleep, so determine your sleep patterns for a healthy lifestyle. Reducing stress should not be overlooked either. Do what helps you relax best. Whether it be yoga or meditation, reading, or just hanging out, make time to recharge your batteries. For more information on how you can live a healthy lifestyle at Rutgers, contact Health Services at 848-932-7402.
Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just tuning in, we're giving you the latest on everything Rutgers.
That's right. Next we'll get into our Shining Knight segment, where we highlight an exemplary student, faculty member, or Rutgers alumni. We're going to take a look at Caitlin McQueen, a Master of Fine Arts student at the Mason Gross School of the Arts. So let's check that out right now.
One of the themes of the show is the idea of Medusa turning into a Gorgonian, and there's a text piece here that explains what a Gorgonian is. I don't know, I got it from somewhere, I wrote it down. Medusa, and I wrote it in a lot of different ways. Medusa, 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 Medusa. I just needed to write the name a lot of times. And it says, gazing upon her turns her onlookers to stone. This is the comic that I will hopefully someday follow through on. This is my notes about the Gorgonian. 3 girls kind of in this really liney, dark place. And then this is sort of like a motorcycle. Tough people have dreams too and get broken hearts and stuff. So tough, dreamy. And then this is my version of the Caravaggio Medusa. One of the people that I was listening to while I was making this work is David Bowie. And I love David Bowie. And I love David Bowie because, well, I mean, so many reasons, but one of them is that he has all these different personas that he's taken on over the years. And the different personas kind of allow him to write different types of songs and different types of music inside of it. It's just this freedom, you know? So even if he's not writing songs about himself, somehow the different persona will allow him to explore other kinds of people. And one of the songs that I was listening to is this David Bowie song called Joe the Lion. And the chorus is Joe the Lion made of iron. And I kept on thinking about Joe the Lion as a woman. And that was it. I mean, but the name came in pretty late in the game. And once the name came in, then I knew I could do the painting, and I knew everything would be all right, and I saw the motorcycle, and you know what I mean? It was this weird sort of fiction moment. It was more like I was writing, kind of, or something. A lot of women well, a lot of everyone. When they're growing up, sometimes, you know, you feel really alienated. I mean, sometimes people pay attention to it, sometimes they don't. But I did, and I was always looking for a role model. But I had to find them. They weren't just there. Our show's called Catch and Release, and it's the MFA thesis show. I felt that the audience would push me to get closer to what I wanted to do and what I wanted to make. Also, I wanted to teach, and you can do that here at Rutgers. This whole experience has kind of given me the space to do the things that I want to do. It's space, it's time, it's energy, it's the energy from people around you. Because everyone around me is doing such a good job too, and making incredible things and striving, you know, and then everyone gets this weird momentum together, and that's super cool.
What a great member of the Rutgers community to highlight.
I really loved her artwork in that piece.
Yeah, she was really talented.
Now switching gears, let's take a look at a major program here at Rutgers, which gives students the opportunity for a research experience.
When you think what the average student is doing over the summer is going to the beach, hanging out with their friends, I got to perform this kind of life-changing research that actually has an impact on the world.
The Rutgers Science Scholar Program is an opportunity for undergraduates to perform research over the summer as a full-time job.
These programs are for rising sophomores. Students are provided with a stipend. The Rodkin Family Foundation, Barb and Gary, are committed to providing opportunities for students that they couldn't ordinarily get. Retention in STEM for women depends in a large part on having hands-on experience early in their college career.
I'm working on the lumbosacral spinal cord injury project, which the main goal for the project is to ultimately cure paralysis and spinal cord injury.
I work in the genetics and alcohol studies lab under Dr. Liu, and basically we model human addictive behaviors in mice.
The research that I did involved studying circadian rhythms, which regulate a lot of the processes that go on in our body throughout the day. I was in the lab 6 to 8 hours a day, and as a result, I was able to produce figures and really productive experiments that ended up on a paper that I was published in recently.
Personally, I feel kind of ahead of the game. So although I haven't taken any cell biology and neuroscience classes yet, I've already gotten a feel for what they will be like once I do take them.
As a student, I need to balance my coursework and my extracurriculars, and to have a job to make money to pay my tuition is a struggle.
Because the Rodkin Science Program paid for me to do research, I was able to finance my education while doing meaningful research.
I would say this experience is amazing because it allowed me to do so many things that I wouldn't get a chance in any other way or at any other institution.
Now we're going to take one last break, but please stay with us because we'll be right back with more Inside Rutgers.
The Rutgers bus system provides more than 15 options to get around the 5 campuses. Sounds overwhelming? But here's a quick recap of the bus routes and available resources to make traveling easier. On weekdays, the A and H buses make stops along College Ave and Bush. The B loops between Livingston and Bush, as the LX makes stops on Livingston and College Ave. The F takes an express route by traveling Route 18 from College Ave to Cook and Douglas. The Rex L goes between Douglas and Livingston, with the Rex B looping between Douglas and Bush. There are also weekend buses, which make stops on every campus. Each bus stop displays the routes of the specific bus stopping there and the expected arrival times. To learn more about the Rutgers bus system and additional bus services, download the Rutgers app, visit nextbus.com or rudots.rutgers.edu. Registering for classes can be quite stressful without preparation. Here are some guidelines to make sure you're set for future semesters. First, Become familiar with Course Schedule Planner. There, you can build several preferred schedules and sort through lists of offered classes as well as choosing times and days that work best for you. You can also save schedules that you create, so all that's left to do is register on your specified day. Just go to sims.rutgers.edu/CSP. Still unsure of which classes to take? Stop by any of the academic advising offices on campus to speak with deans and advisors to map out a schedule that's right for you. For all information regarding academic advising and registration, check out sasundergrad.rutgers.edu. It's also on Facebook under SAS Academic Services and on Twitter at SAS Advising, #RUPrepared.
Welcome back, Rutgers. Now we're going to paint the town scarlet with CeCe Crane, highlighting the Black Men's Collective comedy show.
Good morning, Rutgers. I'm CeCe Crane, and tonight I'm here at the Rutgers Student Center, where the Black Men's Collective is hosting their annual comedy showcase, where this year's special guest judge is Charlemagne the God from MTV's Guy Code and Girl Code and his radio show, The Breakfast Club. So what brought you out to this Black Men's Comedy Collective tonight?
Well, what brought me out here is I'm part of Black Men's Collective. I specifically did was basically trying to promote it through social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, talking to anybody I saw or knew, telling them to try and basically come here. Tickets are going up, which they did. We sold close to 500 tickets today. We are one of the few groups on campus that do promote basically empowerment towards black males, and not just black males only, anybody really. We basically are trying to help people take that step towards success.
Look, she's taking a selfie right now. You're like, comedy show. Flake.
So Rutgers, I am here joined by Charlemagne the God. And Charlemagne, how did you get involved in this event?
They reached out to the head of my podcast, Chris Moreau, and they cut a check. You know, it's Saturday and I ain't doing nothing. I come pick up a check.
Oh, well, I didn't get involved from the jump. I got the call Monday.
A couple of my friends are on the show, so, we just exchange information like, yo, let's go Rutgers and, do some funny.
Saying sometimes in this comedy world, it just comes so natural. You just gotta roll with the punches. Sometimes you get a call and say, hey, you got a show in an hour. You can't say like, oh, let me sit down at the dinner table and write my new material.
Since you're going to be judging tonight, the comedians, how are you going to critique them?
It's not hard. They're either funny or they're not. That's your only job as a comedian, to go up there and make people laugh.
So what exactly are you doing tonight? Are you going to be performing? Are you going to be judging?
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm performing. I'm a comedian, but I'm going out there to have fun.
A lot of freestyling, a lot of crowd work, keeping the crowd intact. You got 10 comedians. That's a lot of, comedians. That's a lot of material for people to sit through.
It's about 500 people out there. 500 people about to start laughing their ass off.
Right now, I have a little jitterbugs. It's a nice crowd out there, but we'll work through it.
I'm happy to be here, man. I've been living in America for a short period of time, like 20 years.
If you could give young comedians one piece of advice, what would that be?
I don't know, because I'm not a comedian, you know what I'm saying? I'm a radio personality. I don't tell jokes, I tell the truth. I think people think I'm a comedian, but I don't be trying to be funny. So for me, my favorite comedians are those who just get up there and they're honest as possible, and they know how to make jokes out of their real life situations, you know what I mean? So I would just tell them, man, don't tell jokes, tell the truth. If you just happen to be funny while you're telling that truth.
If you're gonna put your all into this, put your all into this. If you're not, this ain't the game for you. Because you're gonna have your ups and you're gonna have your downs. You're gonna have it that 1 week where you probably make $2,000. Then you're gonna have that 1 week where you make $20.
Just stay on stage. That's the only way to get funny. Stay on stage and keep writing, That's the only way to do it. You can't get better in the couch.
That's for you to see where you're gonna take your career. I can't tell you how to do it, but I can just give you the advice.
Well, that is some sound advice all the same. Thank you so much, Marcus Banks.
Make sure you visit my website, marcusbankscomedy.com, the #3 comedy website in the world right now. Boom.
Oh my God, babe, but you won't get me my birthday coming up. I like those deals.
Well, Rutgers, that is all the jokes for tonight. Be sure to be on the lookout for information about next year's comedy competition. As always, keep painting the town scarlet. I'm CeCe Crane, RUTV.
Well, unfortunately, that's all we have for this episode of Inside Rutgers, but be sure to let us know if you enjoyed the show, and if you have any comments or suggestions for our next show, you can always tweet us at Rutgers TV.
And remember, if you've missed any parts of this episode or any past episodes, you can always check us out online at rutv.rutgers.edu.
Thanks for staying with us, and we'll see you next time.